And I actually do believe that Ryan Reynolds has demonstrated that he's a narcissist. He's a total narcissist. He cannot comprehend a world. I truly believe he cannot comprehend a world in which him and his wife are not liked. This entire lawsuit, I believe, happened because him and Blake Lively were deluded enough to believe that it was inorganic traffic online. Like this, there's no way people don't like us. We're so wonderful. We're so amazing. We're so hot. We're so pretty. Our friends are rich. We know Taylor Swift. The world loves us. Like, come on, look at us. We just like wake up and birds start singing and Skittles start falling from the sky.
Today on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal war. Could Hugh Jackman be called to testify? A new report today says that Baldoni's legal team wants to depose Jackman about his close friend Ryan Reynolds and Ryan's conduct during filming of It Ends With Us. The two were shooting Deadpool and Wolverine at the time. We contacted Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman today for comment, and we did not hear back.
Is your chair like higher than mine? Your chair looks higher than mine.
Yeah, why?
It does.
What, does that matter?
I actually need the taller chair because I have a short torso. That's true. I actually have I'm 6'2", but
oh my God, I'm so bored right now.
I think that they're not going to agree on this, right? Because, I mean, what happens if a text message, as we said, like intimate relationships, what happens if there's a text message, like I said, Taylor Swift, which is coming out of a relationship with Joe Alwyn, Hugh Jackman, which is coming out of this relationship with Deborah Furness, they're talking to their quote unquote best friends. What if it comes out that, I don't know, I'm making this text up completely, but Taylor Swift texts Blake Lively and says, I'll give you a connection. You can burn Justin Baldoni with my dragon fire like I did to Joe Alwyn. Ooh, spicy. What's the judge? And then probably what's going to happen is Blake's team is going to argue that's ruinous to Taylor Swift's career. And then you're going to have Brian Friedman in the chambers like, excuse me, this is unbelievably relevant because it's showing that this was a part of a larger plan to harm him. And they were using this example of what she did to Joe Alwyn. Like that's the kind of stuff where it's going to get very dicey. These attorneys are not going to agree on what's relevant to the case because I tend to agree with Brian Friedman. It's all relevant. If you find out that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have a relationship or something, it does change significantly.
When did we first meet?
We met on the set in 2008 when we were filming X-Men Origins Wolverine.
You were in that? I had no idea. God, wow.
I was in that, yeah.
That's
I didn't
amazing.
speak to you at the time because you were not famous at all, but...
Yeah. No.
I mean, that's not meant with disrespect. It's
No,
just,
absolutely not.
You got to earn it.
You got to throw a lot of bricks to make a wall.
Anyway, so back to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. They're in this bromance at the time he separates from his wife, and you just wonder if that's also partially the reason why Blake's team is adamant that they need this AEO determination, right? They want the judge to agree to an attorney's eyes only designation to protect, as they term it, highly confidential information that could destroy the careers of the third party people that are involved. Okay, so third party, meaning they're not listed in this lawsuit as plaintiffs or defendants, but they're third parties and they're going to get deposed and we're going to get to subpoena some information. And they're going like, we need this AEO designation because their careers would be ruined if the public found something out about them. It just makes you ask what truth could be so poisonous to someone's career that if revealed, it would be over. It would have to be that in some manner or another, that person is a fraud. Right? In some manner or another, that person is a fraud.
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. So remember that moment when you discovered your favorite dessert actually had zero nutritional value, but you kept eating it because, hey, it tasted great? That's how millions feel about Ryan Reynolds, witty and seemingly cool on the outside. But according to recent chatter, there might be more to his story than sarcastic tweets and hilarious interviews. Today, rumors are swirling that Hugh Jackman, yes, Wolverine himself, has finally decided to shed light on the behind-the-scenes drama that could change everything we thought we knew about Reynolds.
Just imagine what his text messages are going to say about Justin Baldoni. If he was willing to call him a predator publicly, as he assumed this nice pool character, just imagine what we're going to find when we can read text messages between him and Hugh Jackman.
If you're ready for a story of alleged backstage power plays, star-studded tension, and a few comedic twists, Buckle up, because once you hear these revelations, you might look at those playful Jackman-Reynolds social media feuds a little differently. Picture this. We see Ryan Reynolds on screen, cracking jokes in that effortless way that makes us all want to invite him over for a weekend barbecue. Off camera, he's built a reputation as the laid-back, self-deprecating guy who'd rather sip a cup of coffee in sweatpants than attend some stuffy Hollywood gala. But rumors insist there's a darker side to that perpetual grin, something Hugh Jackman might have witnessed firsthand.
And what better way to become successful than really just playing yourself and the person that you are? A really gross graphic scene regarding Ryan Reynolds that indicates maybe quite a bit now when we re-examine his characters over the years.
Some fans argue the playful banter between Jackman and Reynolds was merely a social media marketing ploy. They'd roast each other about everything from hairlines to box office numbers, always with that wink that says, "Relax, we're pals." Yet insiders whisper that behind the joking, tension brewed for years. Allegedly, the carefree Reynolds persona doesn't always carry over behind closed doors. Did Jackman see cracks in that charming facade? Or was this all just part of a grand Hollywood performance? One thing's for sure, this story is about to get more interesting than a game of celebrity charades.
And here's where it's gonna get weird. You let me know when you're uncomfortable, okay?
But hold on, this is just the appetizer. The real feast of revelations is right around the corner. But before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe, because let's face it, I'm nothing without your support. Now back to the tea. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. And if even half the rumors are to be believed, Ryan Reynolds' sets have produced enough smoke to trigger a citywide alarm. One insider claims that on the Deadpool shoot, Reynolds threatened a makeup artist's career because they weren't available for a reshoot.
Revealed a source that says he had quite an experience demanding his makeup artist show up or get fired.
Picture that poor makeup artist hearing something like, "If you can't make it back here, your future might need a serious makeover." That's not exactly the breezy humor we associate with the guy who cracks jokes about his own kids on Twitter.
Ryan Reynolds had to do some reshoots for the movie. His makeup artist was out of the country working. Ryan Reynolds threatened to fire the makeup artist off the rest of the film and the reshoots they had to do, and also said, "If you don't come back and do my makeup for these reshoots, you will never work in Hollywood again."
At the same time, word on the street is that Fox executives were caught in a bind. Reynolds was the golden goose laying blockbuster eggs, so they had to tread carefully. They wanted him happy and profitable, but found themselves tiptoeing around his rumored demands. Even for a studio that's seen all kinds of behind-the-scenes drama, it seems Reynolds' influence was on another level. Sure, this might all be hearsay, but if these whispers contain any truth, you can see how someone like Hugh Jackman might have started feeling a bit uneasy.
And Ryan Reynolds, by all accounts, seems like a great guy. He is acting. By all accounts, he's a total pain in the... He's one of those guys. So they are absolute bullies.
Just wait, though. Things only get more complicated as we delve into the so-called fake feud. Social media thrived on the Reynolds-Jackman rivalry. They poked fun at each other's coffee commercials, made comedic videos where one tried to ruin the other's endorsements, and bickered like siblings on Thanksgiving. Fans ate it up, believing it was all in good fun. But recently, the rumor mill suggests that banter might have been concealing a genuine discomfort on Jackman's part. Supposedly, the feud began as a playful marketing strategy. Two big stars teasing each other sells more t-shirts, tickets, and tweets. But as the Deadpool and Wolverine crossovers became box office gold, Reynolds allegedly began flexing his newfound creative control in a less than friendly manner.
Our alleging is that they were behind the scenes in order to receive what? Well, control over the movie.
Word is Jackman, who values camaraderie on set, grew tired of seeing others get pushed around. The question became, how much of their so-called joke was actually based on a real clash of values? One thing's for sure, if the rumors are accurate, Jackman's polite Aussie smile might have been hiding some serious frustration. Perhaps it was only a matter of time before he decided the world should know the difference between an Instagram bit and a real behind-the-scenes blow-up.
Blake Lively, her brand, Ryan Reynolds' brand, have totally been tarnished by this because the world now sees them for who they are. They cannot act their way out of this.
What's next, you ask? Hang on. Things get even stickier when we talk about directors fleeing and co-stars feeling sidelined. Tim Miller helped launch the Deadpool franchise with a bang. Critics praised that film for its fresh take, fans lined up around the block, and Reynolds was lauded as the comedic anti-hero we'd been waiting for. But then, poof, Miller was gone before the sequel could roll cameras. Why would a successful director walk away from a surefire blockbuster?
Do you know he hates
We
you?
had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me.
The official story was creative differences, which in Hollywood is code for someone has to go to preserve the peace. Rumors paint Reynolds as the prime suspect here. The actor reportedly wanted more control over the script, the action scenes, even the choice of background music. Miller, who had his own artistic vision, got fed up with an actor overshadowing the director's chair. Insiders say tensions escalated quickly, and eventually Miller decided it wasn't worth continuing if his own ideas were going to be overshadowed by a star on a power trip.
But I think after he got super, super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think that Ryan Reynolds, Kate thinks Kate thinks he's super frenemy with me, or even just that he hates me. I could see him hating me. Would I work with him again? No.
Now imagine you're Hugh Jackman, stepping into this environment. You see a beloved, successful director bolt from a franchise that practically prints money, all because of rumored behind-the-scenes conflicts with its star. That alone would make you question if your co-star's comedic persona was just a carefully cultivated facade. And folks, the drama didn't end with Tim Miller's exit. In fact, that was just the start of more unsettling revelations to come. Next up, we delve into alleged co-star meltdowns, because apparently, this ride gets bumpier. Have you ever shown up to a party expecting friendly chit-chat, only to discover a tense atmosphere so thick you could slice it with a plastic knife? That's what some say it felt like on set with Reynolds. TJ Miller, known for his comedic chops, alleged that Reynolds belittled him in front of the entire crew, saying things like, "You're not the star, but if you do enough exposition, maybe we can get back to the real movie."
So he was like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
So he's riffing.
Well, he's
here.
right.
How much riffing was done?
A lot, and he's a great improviser.
And how much of it made the cut?
A lot of it. And then the stuff that they kept and you see in the reel, it's a lot of it is what he's doing. I'm riffing. Also the writers were so incredible. But that's what's weird about him. And I've met other people that can confirm this. He did that and it was weird.
Ouch, that's not exactly the same fun Reynolds we see cameoing in talk shows with a big grin and self-deprecating jokes. Marina Baccarin, who played Vanessa, went from being a central figure in the first Deadpool movie to being, well, let's just say underutilized in the sequel.
Yeah, what is up with Deadpool 3? That's a really good question. I have to be very diplomatic about what I say here. I'd like to be in it. They have called me about being in it. Right now, we have not agreed on terms. And everybody's trying their best and doing their best, but it may or may not work out. I don't know.
Fans were confused why her character got sidelined so drastically. Rumors point the blame at Reynolds, implying some behind-the-scenes disagreement led to her reduced role. Others in Hollywood, like Jake Gyllenhaal or Rebecca Ferguson, have been linked to cryptic comments about an unnamed star who was controlling and insecure. Someone who allegedly made snarky remarks that brought them to tears.
We know you have an ongoing feud with Ryan. You know that guy. What's it gonna take for him to actually be BFFs with you?
Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were.
And that opportunity has passed.
As everybody knows, Instagram had its way with our friendship.
So who would win in a battle, Mysterio or Deadpool?
Unanswerable. It's unanswerable. So I can't do it.
Any words for Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to him, he will be seeing this?
I have nothing to say to him.
They did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star, and this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and uncomfortable. But the next day I walked on and I said, "You get off my set." It's the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared. And I looked at this person and I said, "You can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again."
1 + 1 might just equal the star of Deadpool, if you believe the chatter. Jackman, a guy known for building warm friendships with co-stars, he even taught some how to do the Aussie dance, or so we imagine, was presumably watching all this from the sidelines. Could you blame him if he felt more than a little uncomfortable? 1 second, he's joking around with Reynolds online. The next, he's hearing stories of meltdown moments that would make a reality TV reunion look tame. But hold your horses, this drama's far from done. Up next is the legal roller coaster that might force Jackman to speak up in ways nobody saw coming. Now let's talk lawsuits, because what's Hollywood without a bit of legal drama? Justin Baldoni, actor, director, and someone with a heart for philanthropic projects, found himself in some sort of dispute. And guess who might be roped into it? That's right, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, will be deposed, and I suspect that might be making Ryan Reynolds extremely nervous.
The rumor mill says Baldoni's clash involves allegations that get uncomfortably close to Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, potentially revealing secrets they'd rather keep under lock and key. At first glance, Jackman has nothing to do with Baldoni's lawsuit. He's not an investor, not an old roommate, and definitely not a cameo on Jane the Virgin. But apparently, certain claims revolve around how Reynolds allegedly used his platform, like the Deadpool and Wolverine tie-ins, to poke fun at Baldoni. Jackman was supposedly pressured to join in on these comedic jabs, but wasn't thrilled about it.
Hugh Jackman was also in the now infamously cringe It Ends With Us promotional skit that had nothing to do with promoting the movie.
No. It's not every day a guy gets to interview the love interest of his best friend's wife, and the guy trying to replace Ryan as a husband and me as his best mate.
Holy s***.
What the hell are you doing messing with my best buddy's wife?
Sir, I have no idea what's happening at all today.
If these rumors hold water, and since Jackman got deposed, he might have to spill the tea on every behind-the-scenes detail, whether it's comedic teasing turned sour or full-blown intimidation.
Hugh will be deposed if this goes to trial. There is no way that he cannot. Baldoni's legal team is doing everything they need to get a full scope of Ryan's conduct during the time that It Ends With Us was filmed. As Ryan's good friend who starred in the film and was with Blake and Ryan many times in private during that time, his deposition will likely be crucial. They are not leaving any stone unturned.
For Jackman, who keeps drama so far off the radar, he might as well have a no negativity zone sign in his dressing room. The idea of testifying against a friend, or a frenemy, depending on how you look at it, is about as appealing as taking a cactus bath. Yet the possibility looms, and it could force him to reveal more than witty social media one-liners. So if you've ever wondered how deep this rabbit hole goes, let's just say we might need scuba gear for how far down it plunges. But speaking of complicated relationships, let's not forget about Blake Lively. Because where there's Ryan Reynolds, you can bet his high-profile marriage is never too far behind. Blake Lively is often seen as a glowing counterpart to Reynolds, the adorable couple that roast each other in public, trades hilarious tweets about their kids, and looks stunning on every red carpet. So how could she possibly be involved in legal troubles tied to Justin Baldoni?
Have you heard about what's happening with the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case? So you know who Blake Lively is, right? Most people know her. Yeah, see, the people who are booing, they know. Normal people at home who don't care about this woman at all are looking at her like, I don't like her. She seems like a bully. She seems like somebody who punches down to somebody who's only trying to do something nice for her.
It sounds like the setup for a plot twist even the best screenwriter wouldn't dare attempt. Yet here we are sifting through rumors that her dealings might somehow connect to the broader controversies swirling around Reynolds. According to the speculation, Lively's involvement could revolve around business deals, philanthropic ventures, or possibly even behind-the-scenes partnerships that intersect with Baldoni's projects. If those tangles become part of a legal battle, it could blow the perfect power couple image wide open. Suddenly, the entire empire, built on comedic tweets and cameo appearances, feels like it might be standing on shaky ground. None of this means the pair is doomed to become tabloids' new favorite divorce headline. But if these rumors spark official testimonies, you can imagine that both Reynolds and Lively would have to address allegations. And you can bet Jackman, who's known them for years, might be called to weigh in on everything from on-set attitudes to how involved everyone really was in these shady-sounding projects. Ready to see how all these puzzle pieces line up? We're nearing the grand finale, where Hugh Jackman's voice might just be the key to this entire drama. Hugh Jackman is the kind of star who rarely has a negative word to say about anyone. He's that neighbor who bakes cookies for the entire street during the holidays, or the colleague who remembers your birthday, and even your cat's name. So if he's reportedly on the verge of spilling the beans about Ryan Reynolds, you know something extraordinary must be up. Rumor suggests Jackman has grown weary of watching others get the short end of the stick around Reynolds. While the public sees them as comedic frenemies, sources say Jackman has been biting his tongue for years to keep the peace. But with all these lawsuits, controversies, and behind-the-scenes whispers, it might be time to say, enough is enough. If Jackman ends up in court or even just shares his experience with a trusted journalist, his words could either confirm or completely debunk everything we've heard so far. One scenario is that Jackman unleashes tales of intimidation, bullying, or manipulative behavior that'll have fans questioning every Reynolds interview they've ever watched. Another possibility is that the hype is overblown, and Jackman clarifies that while Reynolds can be demanding, it's nothing the tabloids claim it to be. Either way, the fact that people even suspect Jackman is ready to talk says a lot about how far these rumors have gone. But before we wrap this up, we've got one more twist. What about the fans and the broader industry? Let's close with a final perspective that might leave you rethinking every tweet you've ever liked from Deadpool's main man. In Tinseltown, reputations are everything. One day, you're the beloved star who can do no wrong. The next, you're trending for all the wrong reasons. If these allegations keep piling up, and if Hugh Jackman really does lay out details that confirm them, Ryan Reynolds could find his carefully polished image taking some serious hits. Studios might think twice about giving him unlimited control. Co-stars might be less willing to jump on projects if they fear they'll become comedic fodder or face behind-the-scenes friction. That said, Hollywood also loves a comeback story. If the allegations have merit, Reynolds might be forced to issue statements, apologize, or clarify the misunderstandings. Maybe it'll be enough to salvage his good guy brand. Or maybe fans will remain loyal, shrugging it off as just another day in the land of million-dollar paychecks and creative egos. After all, celebrities have weathered storms far worse than a co-star's allegations. But with Hugh Jackman's sterling reputation in the mix, the drama feels more credible. And that's the part that really has tongues wagging. So, are we talking about the complete unmasking of a Hollywood hero, or just a spicy rumor-fueled blip on the industry radar? The truth is, only time, and maybe a court transcript or two, will tell. That said, Hollywood also loves a comeback story. If the allegations have merit, Reynolds might be forced to issue statements, apologize, or clarify the misunderstandings. Maybe it'll be enough to salvage his good guy brand. Or maybe fans will remain loyal, shrugging it off as just another day in the land of million-dollar paychecks and creative egos. After all, celebrities have weathered storms far worse than a co-star's allegations. But with Hugh Jackman's sterling reputation in the mix, the drama feels more credible. And that's the part that really has tongues wagging. So, are we talking about the complete unmasking of a Hollywood hero, or just a spicy rumor-fueled blip on the industry radar? The truth is, only time, and maybe a court transcript or two, will tell. Until then, the rest of us are left piecing together rumors, side-eyeing every comedic tweet, and wondering if that delightful Reynolds sarcasm has a sharper edge behind closed doors. Could the dynamic duo of Jackman and Reynolds be heading for a real-life falling out that no viral social media post can fix? Is the fake feud not so fake anymore? Here's the final thought to chew on. Hollywood thrives on illusions, on that glimmer of excitement where you never quite know what's real. We as fans want our beloved stars to be as flawless off-screen as they appear on it. But reality doesn't work like a perfectly edited trailer. If Hugh Jackman truly spills everything he knows, we might have to accept that our comedic hero has been playing a different kind of role all along. Then again, maybe it'll turn out to be one massive misunderstanding. Though that wouldn't be nearly as entertaining, would it? Either way, keep your popcorn close, because if there's one thing Hollywood loves, it's a dramatic twist. And this story might just deliver the biggest plot twist of all. For now, though, we watch, we wait, and we laugh nervously at every new headline, wondering if it's just another piece of the puzzle, one that might finally reveal the entire picture of Ryan Reynolds' supposed hidden side. So what do you think? Is Ryan Reynolds the comedic icon we all love? Or is there more to the story beneath that trademark grin? If you found these revelations intriguing or downright shocking, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're craving more behind-the-scenes deep dives, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what we uncover next in the world of Hollywood's best-kept secrets. Thanks for sticking around till the end of this roller coaster tale. Whether you're team "it's all just hype" or team "wait, this might be true," the intrigue around Reynolds and Jackman has turned into a saga that no one saw coming. Until next time, keep that curiosity fueled. And don't be surprised if the next big Hollywood bombshell changes the way you see your favorite stars yet again. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed. Only on Tea Time with Tina.